Cartoon cat. Cartoon cat is Trevor Henderson's most infamous creation, a hostile cosmic parasite that wears the skin of nostalgia like a mask. At first glance, it looks like a black and white cartoon mascot, a rubber hose figure with wide gloves, big eyes, and a stretched grin. But the closer you look, the less it makes sense. Its body shifts constantly, sometimes thin and wiry, sometimes massive, tall enough to tower over houses, yet malleable enough to fold itself down to human size. Its eyes bulge and warp, flickering between rounded and ovular, bloodshot and unblinking. Its crooked teeth are stained, fixed in pale gums that split open wider than a jaw should go. Sometimes it even changes form altogether, sprouting grotesque features like boots, a white patch across its body, or hands without gloves. Trevor Henderson himself has described Cartoon Cat as a shape-shifting blob, the most malleable of his creations, able to warp into whatever form it chooses. But beyond appearance, what makes Cartoon Cat terrifying is what it represents. A malevolent, ancient parasite that feeds on violence. It has been suggested that even if every creature in Henderson's mythos fought together, Cartoon Cat would be the one to survive. Unlike Siren Head, it isn't tethered to one form or one place. Cartoon Cat can manifest through media itself, television, audiovisual devices, even the shadows of old cartoons. It doesn't just step into reality, it filters through it. Cartoon Dog. Cartoon Dog is a hulking, rubber hose figure that looks like it stepped out of an old cartoon reel. Its body is stretched and elongated, with smooth black skin that shines like rubber. The arms hang all the way down to its feet, ending in oversized white gloves. Its head, canine in shape, grins wide with rows of gaping white teeth set in raw, visible gums, a smile that clashes violently with the cartoon style it imitates. Its large white eyes, each with dilated black pupils, stare with an intensity that breaks the illusion of innocence. Unlike friendly cartoon mascots, Cartoon Dog's eyes feel hollow, the gaze of something pretending to be familiar, but failing to mask the void underneath. Some argue Cartoon Dog is its own monster. Others suggest it isn't separate at all, that it may just be another manifestation of Cartoon Cat, a shape-shifted form of the same parasitic entity. Its behavior is believed to mirror Cartoon Cat's, malevolent, violent, and inevitable. Encounters almost always end the same way, with death. Where cartoons once symbolized joy, humor, and comfort, Cartoon Dog turns them into a grotesque parody, proof that even the most familiar shapes can be corrupted into monsters. Siren Head. Siren Head is a towering humanoid entity, standing on average 12 meters tall, though sightings suggest it can grow far larger. Its body is skeletal and mummified, skin stretched tight and colored like rusted metal, blending with telephone poles and barren trees. Where a head should be, there's only a thin stalk of flesh ending in sirens, sometimes two, sometimes more, wired into its body as though fused to bone and tendon. The sirens are not decoration. They are its weapon. Siren Head can broadcast anything. Emergency alerts, white noise, fragments of radio chatter, even the voices of loved ones calling for help. Witnesses have described entire towns falling silent, their residents found dead, with burst eardrums and bleeding eyes, the last sound they heard, the distorted call of the monster itself. Its hunting style is simple but devastating. It camouflages in rural areas, standing still for days, waiting for travelers, hikers, or children to wander close. Then it uses sound to disorient, lure, or terrify. Sometimes it mimics a cry for help. Sometimes it drowns out its victims' screams with noise, ensuring no one comes to their aid. Trevor Henderson has revealed that Siren Head is the static manifestation of a supernatural entity incomprehensible to human eyes. What we see may only be the closest shape our minds can interpret. Longhorse. Longhorse is one of Trevor Henderson's few benevolent creations, though its appearance is anything but comforting. It manifests as the skull of a horse attached to an endlessly extending neck, each vertebra snapping and creaking as it bends through space. Sparse strands of black hair dangle from its form, and the neck can generate or retract joints without limit, stretching on forever like a ribbon of bone, cutting through reality. Despite its unsettling look, Longhorse is considered a protector. Ancient cave paintings show it beside humans, warning them of danger. Witnesses report that when you hear the sound of cracking bones or see its infinite neck twist through the air, it is not the monster that brings disaster, but the omen of one to come. Longhorse has been described as curious, even friendly, with a scent like cinnamon. Trevor Henderson himself has said it enjoys offerings such as apples, though the fruit blackens and decays when accepted, a reminder that it exists outside natural law. It appears in dreams, foretelling calamities, and vanishes once its warning has been delivered. Its abilities place it closer to a metaphysical being than a creature. Longhorse can defy gravity, thread between dimensions, and traverse multiple realities through thought space. Trevor once described it as a needle threading between layers of reality, suggesting its true body may exist outside the material world, with the neck and skull projecting into ours. The man with the upside-down face. One of Trevor Henderson's most sinister creations. The man with the upside-down face is a figure that thrives on misery. As the name suggests, he appears as a pale, thin man with his head completely inverted, eyes glaring from the wrong place, a wide grin stretching where it shouldn't. He is most often depicted in photographs of tragedy, car accidents, disasters, and moments of despair. Witnesses never recall seeing him at the time. He only reveals himself afterward, smiling from the background of the photos like a parasite feeding on human grief. What makes him so feared is not just his appearance, but his nature. He feeds directly on suffering, leeching off pain and tragedy to sustain himself. Trevor Henderson has described him as sadistic and petty, a being that not only delights in torment, but actively encourages it. He can influence the world around him, from popping a car tire to sparking violent arguments, pushing events toward disaster so that he has more agony to consume. His abilities reinforce his role as an omen of despair. He is invisible to the naked eye, appearing only in recordings. He can teleport, levitate, and manipulate objects, and his very presence seems to rot food, spoil environments, and drive people to madness. Some accounts even suggest he has caused groups to vanish without explanation. Time does not bind him. He is timeless, his upside-down visage merely a mask meant to unsettle, a cruel joke imposed on humanity. Bridgeworm. Bridgeworm is a predator that thrives on deception. True to its name, it lairs beneath bridges and overpasses, lurking in the shadows where curiosity might draw someone closer. At first, it appears almost harmless, a pale, flat face with tiny black slits for eyes and a neutral, cartoonish mouth. It looks simple, even approachable. Beneath it is a grotesque face, lined with rows of 36 human-like teeth, a nose pressed into pale tissue, and eyes that jitter and bounce unnaturally in their sockets. The skin of this true face is disturbingly similar to human flesh, yet warped and flawed, a parody of our own biology. Long, worm-like limbs extend from its body, some nearly 9 feet in length, tipped with bony, flexible fingers meant for grasping prey. Bridgeworm hunts instinctively at night, favoring tunnels, abandoned spaces, and the undersides of bridges. It uses its mask to lure victims in, only revealing its real face when escape is impossible. Some accounts suggest that adults may evolve into even larger, more grotesque highway worms, though few live long enough to confirm this.